Welcome, all you fine feathered fiends out there on the interwebs, here at the Tubes of You, and welcome to another scintillating installment of this Disinformed After Dark. I'm Shane.
And
And
I'm
I'm Michael.
Michael.
That was the worst one we've done.
Keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. Not to
Worst
mention
one.
the fact you're talking to a dead guy. Now, what do
Uh.
you think? Am I qualified? All
Yes.
right. So for the Beetlejuice fans amongst you, I hope that you enjoy the shout out. But otherwise, if you're completely blissfully ignorant as to what you're doing here, trust me, so are we, I think. But we are hosts of the ever popular podcast, the Disinformed podcast, which wings your way every lovely Monday morning on your preferred podcast provider app. So go check us out there. We talk about random esoterica and we lie about it. It's a lot of fun. But because of that, our ire is occasionally lifted against those who are also charlatans and who make their living by duping the general public. And our good friend Michael, the page orients differently for everybody. So pompadour haircut Michael, our physicist friend on the show here, is incensed by those who like to discuss paranormal activity. It has been a shtick over the course of the show for quite some time. And listener and fellow host from time to time, Jess, recommended that we expose Michael to some of the more entertaining paranormal investigation shows and get a reaction. And so I can help to give a little guided tour because I have watched many of these things for entertainment value. And I do have enough shorthand with the context of what I'm sure is about to happen here that I can kind of Sherpa us through this. But Michael, do you have anything else you want to add to that preamble before you start rolling?
No, I think you covered everything perfectly.
Okay. I like that we were also talking about monetization previously, and even though we're going to be doing a reaction, we will not be getting any money from this because I'm sure Travel Channel's going to nip us in the bud right quick.
Fair use.
Yeah,
Fucker.
tell that to YouTube.
Oh, nice. Well, there goes
All
that
right,
anyhow.
well, my aspirations suddenly just flew away on the breeze, like the lyrics of a Cherry Poppin' Daddy's song.
On
Summer
the
breeze makes me feel
Dildorado.
fine.
No, I was thinking more about the anal extinguish.
Oh, the anal vapor.
Yeah, there you
bend
go.
up and
Yes.
sniff my anal vapor. Your
Yes.
face is my toilet paper.
There's my chance for making any money off this show, just whisking out of the air here. But
So this is Ghost Chasers, Ghost Hunters.
this I believe from what we're looking at was Ghost Adventures, which was initially started as a documentary by a group of 3 individuals who went in pursuit of paranormal experiences based on the primary presenter, Zach Bagans, who said that he had a youthful experience with a ghost encounter that has sort of tainted the rest of his life going forward.
He had a youthful experience related to ghost taint. Is that what I just heard?
That basically, yes, his love was spirited away from his body, if you will, in a nocturnal emission, and he's never recovered. So, in any event, they made a documentary where they helped to chronicle some very compelling activity.
Compelling.
Well, the climax of the documentary is there is a brick that whips across the front of the screen, essentially from a state where it is unimpacted by anything, where it just gets thrown across the room, and they have it very thoroughly analyzed as saying there is no way that you would have any sort of string that would have sufficient tension to pull this thing off. The trajectory wouldn't be like, they had a bunch of people analyze the footage that said that this is something that we can't explain fundamentally. And on the basis of how well received the documentary was, they then went on to make this show for the Travel Channel. And now Zach Bagans is kind of ubiquitous with being associated with paranormal phenomenon. And he has like shows where he buys haunted materials. He bought the famed demon house that I talked about on the previous episode, made a documentary about that, where he subsequently indicated that he now has deteriorating vision, which is like tunnel vision, and he has to wear corrective lenses due to that. So on top of now needing a respirator because he has infected lungs and can't go into any places. So Zach's just being broken down by circumstances.
He's not long from becoming a ghost himself.
Exactly. So not to make light of anybody's, various ills, ill-gotten or otherwise. So I don't know whether but it's purported that he may be making these things up, but he says he is not. And I do have some connection to this. There's one of the co-hosts is tangentially related to somebody who was a friend of mine growing up. So I've heard enough of these stories. Yeah, interesting stuff. Anyway, let's move on and start looking at this beautiful bean footage here before I bore everybody to tears.
Okay, and
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh, evidence
for impact.
Screaming this season. Oh, I am already excited. So
you should be.
Okay.
Ready?
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
I did not know that you had to spin around in circles.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself.
No, I think it just adds to the fun.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, man.
Now get close to the mirror. Put your hands on the counter. Guys, again, I want you to close your eyes.
Wait, close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
What was that?
Must have been the wind.
We now ask permission to see through this portal.
Wouldn't the ghost know that the ghost is being filmed?
I want you to appear.
Oh,
like,
no.
The ghost would have like seen them set up the cameras and stuff and be like, guys.
So the ghost is like, hey, I didn't sign a waiver. You can't.
Yeah.
So.
I just looked into my eyes and I had no eyes.
Dark. It looks like it.
Oh man,
bro!
my
did they
face
take
is
some?
Disappearing.
Did they take some LSD? He just stares at his hands. Whoa, my hands. Whoa.
No, it's back now. That was really weird. When I opened my eyes, I couldn't see my eyes. They were just black sockets, and I had no facial features.
That's not Bloody Mary.
So, I should also state. Oh.
This is where I reveal that I don't have YouTube TV.
Well, thank God this happened because I needed
me,
a peace of mind.
I do have I have YouTube Premium. I could have made it through this.
Oh well.
Okay, well, we love you here at YouTube, and I am a supporter, as evidenced by this. So, in any event, I should explain also. Part of the Ghost Adventures shtick is that they like to do the taboo and they incite ghosts. So they will go into places and try to do the things to trigger demonic activity, and they want the entities to attack them. They will beg for them to attack them because, it's great content.
Hurt me, Daddy.
It's such a taboo in the, paranormal investigation realms that these guys are seen as the strange outsiders, and all of the yelling dude bro and whoa and then making these things happen. It's a delight. So
I love that this is like the top 10 pieces of evidence that had us screaming this season, and the number 10 one was just some guys looking into a mirror going, bro, my eyes are gone.
Oh man, my hands look different.
It's like Vince Russo was booking this.
Yeah.
Bro.
Bro.
It's like, that's the number 10 piece of evidence. I was like, I'd hate to see the rest of the season then if that's like in the top 10. Dude, my face is disappearing.
Let's see what else they have in store, and then we'll let Michael just rave for a few moments here.
Okay. Oh man, his hand again.
Tom, ask a question.
I like the cactus.
So who do we have with us tonight here in the hallway?
The ponytail bandit.
Teachers, student, or is there someone else here that was here before everything else was here?
Past the threshold of this painted facade here.
It's called a cactus. Okay.
It's a painted
mural.
facade.
It's a mural.
Do you think the ghost told him to mask up so he'd
What
be
is your
protected
name?
before COVID happened?
Whoa. That's how he knew.
Okay,
Give him the inside
hold on.
scoop.
Just want to document it was absolutely silent.
Thanks.
Whoa! Listen to this.
It sounded like the ghost just burped.
What is this ghost? What is this?
What is this ghost, man?
Listen.
Can't even speak English.
And a murder. And a murder. And a murder.
He has full vocal tone. We clearly hear and a murder.
No, we heard. Oh man, it screwed up my YouTube. You saw that?
For our investigation. And as we audio slate our cameras at Nerve Center, Billy notices something unexplainably move, and it's captured on camera.
Slate nerve?
Ah! It was a ghost making his presence known by moving that one small piece of equipment.
Well, the clap scared the ghost.
No, that thing that was precariously perched over there that we set so that a vibration might trigger.
Paranormal, but we aren't able to explain it either.
Whoa.
Leave here until we get answers.
Oh dang, that's a threat.
One of the things I love about Zach, as I mentioned in the previous episode, is that his delivery is just so animated. One of the things we noticed was that he was going to have somebody's got diarrhea.
A diarrhea. You heard it quite clearly. He said a diarrhea.
It's like, on one hand, I'm laughing at this guy and I'm like, what a joke. And then I'm also like, this guy's probably super rich from doing this stuff.
Oh, yeah. He's been doing it for decades, right?
Yeah, I'm like, this guy's like made like a whole killing off of this. So like, who's the real joke here? Me laughing at him or him cashing all the checks?
The man had 30 grand to just drop on buying a house in Indiana because they said that demons lived there. So
wait, 30 grand to buy a house?
Mm-hmm.
I'm living in the wrong state.
Well,
I'll buy a demon house.
Yeah, I was like,
I'll fight him.
Hey, the rolling hills of Ohio are waiting for you. I've heard good things, so
I don't
head on
know if
over.
that's worth.
Are you sure you want to fight them though, Michael? Because your face might disappear, dude.
Well, that's because of the gram of LSD that I took before. I'm sorry, milligram.
I will also. Yeah, what are you, Tusco? I will say though, Michael's eyes have always just been black holes. I've mentioned this
because there's no soul behind them.
Exactly. It's also why his daughter keeps beating him in the face because she's part of the color guard. So
that's true. Yeah, good point.
Reference.
And we're gonna draw you out.
Whoever you are, whatever negative spirit you are, we are going to come after you, and we're not gonna leave.
Do something right now in the house,
or else
to give us a warning.
I'll fucking come in there.
Just as I say this, watch
Liam
what
Neeson
to
answers.
Our camera that is filming us right now.
I have a very particular set of skills.
Hey, that camera just went off.
Oh man.
That just shut off.
Oh no.
It just.
It's crazy.
It's almost like I forgot to charge the battery.
Whoa, it turned
Not only
on.
does the camera turn off unexplainably, but it also turns itself back on.
Full battery. Zach, that has a full battery. It stopped recording, powered itself off, powered itself back on.
Did you just turn our camera on? Was that you?
I think he's more upset.
Evidence.
I think he's more upset because he can actually afford really good electronics.
Well,
And the one time it stopped working, he's like, "Whoa, this never happens. We're gonna get so much money with our warranty back."
I want to know how old that ghost was supposed to have, like how long ago that ghost died. Because like if that ghost already knows how to work digital cameras and stuff to come over and like turn it off, I'm like, that's pretty savvy, So if this is like an 1800s ghost or something, way to keep up with the times.
No, I think what you're missing is the point that the afterlife to entities is basically like the Matrix. They don't even see cameras anymore. It's all just zeros and ones
that's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
scrolling in front of them. It's all just spiritual energy left for them to siphon and then sort of regurgitate back out into the world. As Michael knows.
I know, you're trying to provoke. I'm just waiting to hear their explanations instead of just, "Whoa, bro, did you see that? You can't explain that."
Well, you've apparently missed the point of this is that they don't do that. They
What?
just say we can't explain how this happened, but we just present the evidence to you.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that.
I want him to explain, like, do the masks signify different points of the season? Because like we've gone from a KN95 and now we've got this like pretty beefed up guy here. So
it
like
depends on where they're going. If there is a legitimate threat to his lungs, he's got to make sure that the ventilator's on.
Oh yeah, no, fair enough. Sleep apnea and all that.
Well, as I
That
told
and
you, the
asbestos.
demons are attacking his lungs through asbestos.
Haunted
It gets the asbestos. Yeah.
It gets the best of us.
I'm being beaten down by my black lung.
Dude.
Extremely
Bro.
chilling and could explain why only I felt so deeply affected.
It's a commercial. Okay, I think we've reached a point here. We don't have to advertise White Claw to the better folks of YouTube here. Poorly planned segment, like every single one that we've had. And next we'll be filming ourselves eating cheeseburgers and responding to the texture. But
Ooh, mukbang? Okay, I can get behind that. Mukbang
you'll clean it up.
ASMR.
Does the show get significantly better when you watch full episodes? Because you said you've seen a significant amount, Shane. And I'm not going to lie, that little teaser that we just had there didn't exactly have me reaching for the remote.
So they do present a measure of sort of historical context for the reasons why they're investigating. They will do interviews with folks, and as a schlock factor, it's I find it amusing. I will say that, but I'm not going to recommend you watch it because I have seen the fruits of that.
I knew that was
and,
coming.
Yeah.
I knew.
So
it.
no, you should stay far away from this.
No, I
You
was
should never
for
cast
starters.
your eyes towards it.
First of all, I have enjoyed the reading recommendations you've given. I've enjoyed the music recommendations in the past. So, like one thing I don't like, and here we are. But anyways, I know I'm glad to hear that.
Oh,
there's more,
you admit that you didn't like All Quiet on the Western Front, and you're just throwing this up for our poor
one thing I
YouTube
had.
audience.
No, one thing I had issues of.
I'm just
come at
teasing
me.
you.
Come at me. No,
Whoa,
but
whoa,
What are you, Steve Perry?
that's right. So, all right. So then that makes more sense then because and it makes sense because it was just a little clip show. But in the full episode, then you've got interviews and you've got historical context provided. So I could see the entertainment there because I was like, if this is just a whole half hour of dude.
Bro, my eyes.
There's a lot of dude bro, but if you'll recall, for again those longtime listeners like yourself, Doc, I did base much of my presentation of the Bell Witch Cave facts based on a Ghost Adventures episode where they were providing a lot of the context.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then I did my own sort of additional research to kind of add and supplement, but a lot of the bedrock material that I used initially before we got to Andrew Jackson was from the Ghost Adventures crew. So
where do you stream Ghost Adventures?
I used to watch it on Amazon all the time, and I own a couple seasons that I had purchased there, and then they have Aftershocks where they do follow-up interviews with people as well, and they were reasonably priced, so I snagged some things to entertain myself. But I like the show, and as I said, I know people who are part of the crew and one of the hosts, and so I want to try to show support where I can. So it is my filthy lucre that is lining their pockets because I find them entertaining.
No, it definitely seems like it could be interesting. I just find it so funny. They open that clip thing with the just looking in the mirror and my face is disappearing because I'm like, what is happening? What are we watching?
They're not all home runs, I will tell you this, but I thought the initial documentary was excellent. It was very well done, and I feel like they weren't jumping to as many spurious claims, and they were investigating scenarios, whatever Michael's cynicism may drive us in another direction, and the eye rolls. I find the things fascinating because I am not a physicist. Nor am I a spiritualist, and I have ceased to be religious. So I'm. It's one of those things where I like studying these events as they happen, and as an observer who is unbiased by any particular perspective, allowing someone to recount the facts as they know them, so that I can make my own conclusions. And often our conclusions differ, but occasionally I find some of the stuff engrossing or entertaining. And as I said, theirs is not the worst of those materials. There are some people who have absolutely no personality whatsoever that try to present this stuff, and it is horrible to sit through. So
well, now I have to go find this video though because we started and we only got through 10 through 7. Now I got to see what number 1 is.
Well,
And I gotta go find this video just to see what the number one clip is.
We're not going to incept our audience with additional ads on top of ads here for them to have to sit through this. But yes, we'll include a link down in the description here so that you and all others watching this video can go and see the remainder of that yourselves and draw your own conclusions.
And then you can also leave a comment talking about it. Tell me what happened and which one was your favorite.
Do it, you won't.
Engagement.
Yes.
There we go.
I look forward to your secondary attempt at that pitch later on here. But
smash that like button.
Any summary notes we want to add in here, gentlemen, for the rest of the viewership?
I thought the Bloody Mary was very interesting because I thought that, well, just yelling out Bloody Mary, I thought that was a specific ghost. But if you're just trying to incense any ghost in the area, then I feel like just calling them something that they're not is kind of I guess it is in a way of like rude.
But we are taking these clips out of context as well, and so there may have been a rationale that they were employing in order to try to channel something in particular. But we'll never know.
I just think it's so funny, just the basic premise, because like the ghost is aware that you're asking questions apparently because it'll answer and you catch it on the recording, but the ghost isn't aware that you've hidden cameras around. Like,
well, I'm not sure that the ghost is quite worried about being caught on candid camera.
But they take the time to like hide the cameras and then cut to different footage where it's clearly the camera's like been somewhat squirreled away or whatnot. And it's just like, are we pulling a fast one on the ghost here, or like?
Aha! Tricked you again, ghosty.
Like, in most instances, they seed cameras everywhere so that they can catch the entirety of the scene for places that they might not be, see other ambient noise or things to help cancel out things that may have occurred, like a jacket sliding off the top of their equipment.
Right. I mean, I am super jealous. I think they must have a blast, because I think that would be a lot of fun to just travel around and like see if anything spooky is like, it's essentially like, Halloween time all the time, getting to go to like haunted houses and stuff. Mm-hmm. It must be a blast to be on that crew.
Well, see, you say that, Doc, and then you're not suffering from macular degeneration or double vision and have to wear corrective lenses or wear a ventilator anytime that you go into a room that may have some dust spores.
That is true. This man is literally dying for his art.
He is.
He is a hero. Thank you for your service, Zach.
Oh,
all right. Well,
I think
sure there's I might get a phone call by the end of this episode. So in any event, ladies and germaphobes, boils and ghouls, spooks of all ages, in fact, we appreciate you being here with us and enjoying some spectral activity for this evening's exploits. And if you have appreciated this, Michael has got a way for you to convey that to us.
Smash that like button. Ring the bell, hit like, I already did that.
Don't
hit
double
subscribe.
like. No, if you hit like and then hit like again, you should probably hit like again just so that you don't
and hit subscribe. Set phasers to comment, engage. Mm-hmm.
Make it so.
Make it so. Do it.
You're doing this as well as I ended our episode this week, so I'm proud of you. Well done.
Ham-fisted.
Okay, well, I'll attempt to nail this out of here, but of course, you can also go and subscribe to the show. As I said, we've got new episodes winging your way every lovely Monday morning. I assure you, most of the episodes are a little more thoroughly planned than the After Darks are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a false sense of security about the quality of the material we will present to you, but we do think about those a little more than just jumping on here for a knee jerk.
A little bit better, a little bit.
Just a scotch. Not much.
A tad.
Go in with low expectations, and I'm sure that you'll enjoy it as much as we do.
You won't be disappointed.
It's true.
I mean, I can't guarantee that.
Just set your bar so low. So low.
So low. I'm riding solo, in fact.
I'm Han Solo.
White teeth and black thoughts. So
call back to this week's episode.
Indeed. So if you're ready to have your cherry popped, you can go over, check out our new episodes and enjoy there. And of course, we have new material winging your way on the tubes of you here pretty routinely. There's a link in the show notes below that'll take you to all of our irrelevant socials, so you go scope us there. Otherwise, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope something good happens to you today. Bringing
I
it
hope your
back.
face
Yeah.
doesn't disappear.
And your eyes don't go black and your nose doesn't get just slightly too long.
Or you get double vision. Who knows?
Or the black lung.
Indeed. But I believe for our spirited adventures this week, that is going to be the end of Disinformed After Dark. And so we will bid you adieu for Disinformed After Dark this week. I'm Shane.
And
I'm
I'm
Michael.
Michael. And zippity zoop, we're out of here.
Murder.